Lauren Sanchez wore $5 million earrings for her wedding, and you might have missed it. It's no surprise that the world is still talking about the wedding of Amazon founder Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, considering it was arguably the wedding of the century, thanks to its star-studded guest list and the obvious lack of budget for the fourth richest man in the world and his new wife. Lauren Sanchez's, now Lauren Sánchez-Bezos, wardrobe was a true designer dream. From a custom Galia Lahav hen party dress to a show-stopping Schiaparelli pre-wedding gown and, of course, her breathtaking Dolce Gabbana wedding dress inspired by a Sophie Loren piece from the 1950s, fashion fans were delighted with the sartorial glamour on display. Her accessories arsenal, however, mustn't be overlooked. From the piercings on her wedding manicure to her diamond jewelry, and experts estimate the incredible earrings she wore on her big day to be worth a whopping $5 million. Maxwell Stone, a jewelry expert at Steven Stone explained, for her big day, Lauren chose a dazzling, something borrowed, the exquisite Dolce & Gabbana Alta Gioielleria Miracolo earrings, which are expertly crafted from 4 pear-cut diamonds, all carved from a single magnificent original stone. The top diamonds sparkle at approximately 6 carats each, while the stunning pendants below boast an impressive 15 carats apiece, creating an unforgettable statement of elegance. The pear cut itself is rich in symbolism, often representing tears of joy or the promise of new beginnings, a fitting tribute to a wedding celebration. While it hasn't been officially confirmed, the earrings bear a striking resemblance to those Lauren wore in 2024 at the Dolce & Gabbana Alta Sartoria runway show in Sardinia. She attended the event with her son, Nico Gonzalez, who was one of the models walking the runway. I'd estimate the value of the breathtaking earrings to be around $5 million, reflecting their extraordinary craftsmanship and rarity. Most people wouldn't dream of spending $5 million on a wedding, let alone a pair of earrings, but that's probably a drop in the ocean for Jeff Bezos, am I right? The Bezos wedding was a study in disingenuous billionaire behavior. If last week was the best of times for Zohran Mamdani and the working people of New York City, it was the worst of times for the billionaires who spent a small fortune trying to stop him from securing the city's Democratic mayoral nomination. The media mogul Barry Diller, to name just one, donated a cool $250,000 to Andrew Cuomo's campaign, only to see the disgraced former governor lose by a decisive margin. But Diller would soon be able to drown his disappointment in Great Gatsby-themed cocktails as he joined Tom Brady, Ivanka Trump and at least 3 Kardashians for the cheeriest event on this season's oligarchic social calendar, the Venetian wedding of the former TV journalist Lauren Sanchez and the Amazon founder Jeff Bezos. It was a juxtaposition that even CNN questioned, as the network cut from an interview with Mamdani to coverage of the gilded spectacle. The reportedly $50 million affair booked all 9 of Venice's yacht ports, closed parts of the city to the public and forced the relocation of hotel guests to make room for the happy couple. It all served as a stark if sumptuous reminder that there is no expense the mega-rich won't pay to secure their own comfort, except, of course, the toll their extravagance takes on the communities from whom they extract their wealth. The lovebirds' choice of Venice alone demonstrates their carelessness. Because the city comprises more than 100 islands in the Adriatic Sea, it's uniquely vulnerable to rising sea levels driven by warming global temperatures. Though Sanchez claims to be dedicated to fighting climate change, and Bezos has called the issue the biggest threat to our planet, their guests arrived in the city of Bridges via 96 private jets, the most carbon-intensive mode of transportation. Bezos has made splashy commitments to fighting climate change, like pledging $10 billion to his Bezos Earth Fund, while Amazon has promised to become carbon neutral by 2040. But emissions from Amazon's delivery fleet soared from 2019 to 2023, and its newest data center will guzzle millions of gallons of water and the energy equivalent of 1 million homes every year. This disingenuousness is as much a business strategy for Bezos as Prime's 2-day delivery, enabling him to launder his reputation without hurting his bottom line. The pattern played out last year with his ownership of the Washington Post, where, as soon as he felt threatened by an ascendant Donald Trump, journalistic integrity fell overboard more quickly than an inebriated wedding guest on a luxury gondola. As I covered in a column earlier this year, Bezos killed the Post's endorsement of Kamala Harris, directed the editorial board to publish op-eds that only support personal liberties and free markets, and oversaw the exodus of more than 20 reporters and editors. Pamela Weymouth, granddaughter of trailblazing Post publisher Katharine Graham, described this capitulation in a recent piece for The Nation as endangering the very thing that makes America a democracy. In fairness to Bezos, though, charity washing is an occupational hazard for billionaires. Mark Zuckerberg initially donated to organizations fighting the California housing crisis that he helped exacerbate, before quietly ending his funding this year. The Gates Foundation gives 90% of its funding to nonprofits in wealthy countries rather than the impoverished ones whose GDPs are smaller than its namesake's net worth. The magnanimity of the uber-wealthy tends to produce what the journalist Anand Heridas has called fake change, or efforts that stop short of systemic change because those systems underpin the benefactor's vast wealth. That's why any vision of progressive change cannot rely on Bezos or his celebrity wedding guests to operate against their self-interest. No, not even Oprah. A Green New Deal will not come from oligarchical guilt, but from mass movements. Like the one that deployed almost 30,000 door knockers and pooled funds from 27,000 donors to share Mamdani's message of genuine economic empowerment.